For years, the artificial intelligence industry operated in a state of rapid, unchecked expansion. Engineers shipped models at breakneck speeds, and companies integrated them without a safety net. There was no governing law. That era ended when the European Union passed Regulation 2024-1689, the AI Act. It is the world's first horizontal set of rules designed to regulate artificial intelligence across an entire economy, and its reach extends far beyond Europe's borders. Because of a mechanism known as the Brussels effect, a software company headquartered in California or Tokyo falls entirely under this jurisdiction if the outputs of its AI system are used by people inside the EU. Geography is no longer a shield. If your algorithm touches the European market, it answers to Brussels. Before a government can police a technology, it has to define exactly what that technology is. Article 3, Paragraph 1 of the Act draws a strict legal boundary. To qualify as an AI, the system must be machine-based, operate with a degree of autonomy, infer outputs from inputs, and influence physical or virtual environments. A basic spreadsheet applying a fixed formula stays out. A model that learns from data to make a prediction steps across the line. Once a system fits that definition, the law makes a crucial distinction. The AI Act does not regulate the underlying technology. It regulates the specific risks created by how you use it. You could take a single image recognition algorithm and use it to sort your personal vacation photos, or you could use it to screen incoming job applications. The code is identical, but the law treats those two applications entirely differently. The legislation centers on a four-tier pyramid of risk. At the bottom is minimal risk, covering everyday consumer AI like spam filters or video games. These operate freely without new obligations. Step up one level and you cross into limited risk. The primary obligation here is transparency. If a company deploys a conversational chatbot or a system generating synthetic images, the machine must clearly introduce itself as an AI to the user. The goal at these lower levels is simply to preserve human trust. It ensures users always know when they are interacting with a machine, without throttling what the machine can do. The third tier is where the regulatory burden becomes intense. These are high-risk systems. They aren't banned, but their deployment is strictly controlled. This category captures AI in safety products, like medical devices, or sensitive areas like loan applications, resume screening, and court assistance. Operating here requires a rigorous compliance architecture, an extensive risk management system, continuous human oversight, and automatic event logging to ensure auditability. The law also divides responsibility. The provider, the company that builds and brands the AI, carries the heaviest technical requirements. But the deployer, the enterprise plugging that AI into its new workflow, has strict duties to monitor the system and inform affected people. Finally, at the very top of the pyramid sits unacceptable risk. Article 5 lists entirely prohibited practices: socially scoring citizens, deploying subliminal techniques to manipulate behavior, and indiscriminately scraping the internet for facial recognition. At this summit, there is no paperwork you can file or safety standard you can meet to make the system legal. These practices directly conflict with European values, and they are strictly forbidden. The AI Act is not a theoretical white paper. It officially entered into force on August 1, 2024. The rollout is structured in stages. The first major deadline hit on February 2, 2025, when the prohibitions on unacceptable risk systems became legally active. If a company runs a banned practice today, they are already in violation. The timeline continues forward. By August 2, 2026, the massive bulk of high-risk and transparency obligations will take effect, followed by final deadlines for specialized physical products in 2027. The penalties for ignoring this calendar are severe. Under Article 99, regulators are equipped to hand down massive financial penalties, calculated as a direct percentage of a violator's total worldwide turnover. The era of building algorithms in a legal void is over. For developers and executives alike, accurately placing a system on the pyramid of risk is the single necessary step to ensure you master artificial intelligence, rather than suffer the consequences of misusing it.